Welcome dear students to GBS classes online video lectures. Topic for the day is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So as we know, flower plays a very important role in our day-to-day life. So let's begin with it. I have tried this animation video to make easier and quick learning for you all. So let's begin with our topic. So a flower. Flower is differentiated to reproductive system, that is male reproductive system and female reproductive system. As this video shows, male reproductive system is further divided into two parts, that is stamen and filament. The diagram shows the picture of stamen and the connection, which is filament, or else we can say that anther and filament. The function of the anther is to produce pollen grains. Later these pollen grains matures and contain a tube cells which forms two male gametes. As the picture shows, the tube cell and tube nucleus, two male gametes, and this all consist of male gametes. And further, if we talk about female reproductive system, so it consists of carpel, main female reproductive part of the flower, which is further divided into three, that is top part is called as stigma, as the diagram shows. Stigma is supported by a style, as the diagram shows, and on the bottom of it or basal part of the carpel is ovary. Now ovary contains one or more ovule, and each ovule has a female gamete. Each ovule, as the diagram shows, which consists of female gametes. Now if we further talk about, as these animations explain, that there are two types of flower, mainly unisexual and bisexual. Flower that contain both male and female reproductive part in itself are known as bisexual flower. Examples are rose and hibiscus. As this picture shows of male reproductive part and female reproductive part, both are in the same flower, so they are called as bisexual. Whereas if we consider papaya flowers and watermelon flowers, they are unisexual. Both plants have different male reproductive parts and female reproductive parts, so they are called as unisexual flowers. So as this example shows of papaya and watermelon. Later on we can see that some different types of how fertilization occur. For fertilization, pollen grains need to be transferred from stamen to stigma, that is transfer of pollen grains, as the diagram shows, from stamen to stigma. As the picture shows, is called as self-pollination. It is called as self-pollination because it is occurring within the plant, within the one flower. So transfer of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of same flower is called as self-pollination. Whereas in cross-pollination, transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma, but from one flower to another flower of different plant, are known as cross-pollination. And examples, it may occur through various insects, wind, water, or animals. So they are known as cross-pollination, as the picture explains. Now after fertilization, what events occur? So after the pollen grain lands on the stigma, the tube cell produce pollen tube, and it through the style into the ovule, and it reached through the style into the ovule, as diagram will now explain. This pollen tube will transfer male gamete as the diagram shows. The male gamete travels along with the tube nucleus through the pollen tube, and it further transfers in, and the further male gametes transfer into ovule. One of each male gamete fuses with female gamete, and in this way it reaches to the ovule and gets fertilized. This is the picture how female gamete is fertilized, and after they reach one of the male gametes, fertilization occur, and fertilization leads to form the zygote. And eventually it forms polar nuclei to form endosperm, which later on this polar nuclei form endosperm, and this eventually what happens, as the diagram explains, the zygote divides multiple times to form an embryo within the ovule, so that as slightly increasing shapes occur. As we can see how zygote is continuously multiplying to form an embryo within the ovule. So the endosperm provides nourishment to the embryo, as in human placenta provide nourishment. In plants, endosperm play important role to provide nourishment to the embryo, and further it develops into a seed. So that's all for the lecture.